Thank Pulkit Bansal.
Yes.
Dr. Pulkit Bansal.
Yes.
Could you introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, sir. I am Dr. Pulkit Bansal, a 24-year-old medical graduate from All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi. I was born in Ludhiana, but my upbringing has been in Delhi only. My father is an advocate and my mother is a homemaker, and this is my first attempt in UK.
You took your combined medical services examination and have been recommended there.
Yes.
You won't join?
No, sir.
No intention of joining?
Sir, actually, I completed my internship in December of 2023, and then I was to give my prelims in June of 2024. In meanwhile, I wanted to have a job to ensure that some financial security is still there. So I joined it, but later I got to know that the joining will be happening in April or May. So I got another opportunity to do a house job at Mains. So I joined there as a non-acad chair.
Okay, Pulkit. You have done medical from the best college in India, and you want to become a civil servant and leave the best job as a doctor. Why?
Sir, it was in there was no intention to join the civil services in the beginning. It was in the third year of my MBBS. We were posted in a rural sector in Ballabgarh, Haryana. It is basically a sub-district level hospital there, in which AIMS has done a MU with Haryana government, and we provide primary medical services to the rural population of there. So there I realized that health is not only a just isolated medical condition, but there are a lot of factors, the socio-economic factors, which are there, which determine the health of the population. Also, the COVID pandemic also need for more resilient and strengthened public health care. So these factors motivated me to focus on these preventive and promotive aspects of health, and I think civil services will provide me a good opportunity to work on those aspects.
Okay, like as your def shows that you got selected for combined medical services,
Yes.
which could have given you a CGHS and all this thing. So, okay. Are you aware that a CGHS doctor with 20 odd years of service or 25 years of service draws same salary as Cabinet Secretary of India? Are you aware of that? No. So, in terms of pay, because of your non-practicing allowance, your pay gets stopped automatically once you achieve, because in bureaucracy and in civil services, Cabinet Secretary is the last on this one. And a large number of doctors I know personally whose pay have been stopped in Cabinet because they have reached the highest level. So in this case, you are assured of drawing salary equivalent to Cabinet Secretary, which I think any other service you get. Even in IAS, you will not be getting Cabinet Secretary salary, only once in a while, one person becomes. So why do you want to forego that one in terms of salary?
So the salary was not a key point which motivated me to shift to civil services. I think, sir, even the salary which I was getting as a non-acad JR was much more than what
I've seen that.
Yes, sir, which a bureaucrat will get. Sir, at a personal level, I don't think I have very huge monthly expenditures. I will be able to survive well within the limited salary which civil services will provide.
Okay. Now coming to Trump. Trump, ever since he has been re-elected, has been saying and doing lot many things, including deportation of illegal immigrants. So he has said, to be precise, that on 2nd April, and now we are just 9-10 days away, India will face something. What is that? Can you tell in terms of like Indo-US relationship, in terms of what is it?
Sir, Trump has announced that from 2nd of April, the reciprocal tariffs will be coming into effect, as India imposes a lot higher tariffs on the various American imports. So the retaliatory measure by Trump administration is there to ensure that the country has to pay whatever amount the country charges from US.
Okay, so like in terms of exports, like what are the things India is exporting to US?
Sir, mostly the pharmaceuticals, the electronics, the services, the IT services. These are the major exports which India provides to US.
And you have forgotten one, which is the number one, which is agriculture products. So agriculture products and pharmaceutical, these are number one and two. Steel, of course. So you have to keep this thing in mind. Yeah, a lot of things we can discuss about this tariff, but I think my time is running out. So what?
Good morning, Pulkit. Now we know a lot about you from your DAF. Tell us in 4 sentences something about Pulkit Bansal which is not mentioned here. I mean, what type of a person Pulkit Bansal is? What are the strengths of his personality and what are the weaknesses, if any?
Sir, if I have to describe myself, I will say that first, I am very simple and humble person. Second, I am always eager to learn from the others. There is no question of ego, whether it's my seniors or juniors. Number 3, I am hardworking and also have capability of analyzing the problems and trying to find out the solutions. Number 4, I am very positive and optimistic. And sir,
Any
regarding
weaknesses?
I would say, sir, sometimes I tend to put in disproportionate amount of efforts in things which don't require much attention, which then debalances the
Okay. Okay.
professional work and family.
Okay. You said your preferences are IAS, IFS, and IPS, and so on and so forth. Now, if you are posted as an IFS officer in the mission abroad, how is your professional qualification going to help you in discharging your duties? What advantage will your professional qualification give to you vis-a-vis other persons who are not medicos or not engineers?
Sir, the skills which I have imbibed during 5.5 years of my MBBS training will definitely be helpful for the civil services and especially the IFS. Sir, I have learned the skills of working in a team. Number 2, sir, I can relate with the other persons well because we are being taught to show empathy and trying to put ourselves in the other's shoes. So this way I can relate to other persons well. Number 3, sir, I am very hardworking and understanding, so I can understand others' concern and can find out a middle way to find a solution. So I think, sir.
But I think in medical terms there is no middle way. If you have a problem, either you eradicate it or you live with it.
No, sir. Actually, there are sometimes in medical profession we have to deal with patients. For example, if there is a very poor patient who cannot afford a better surgery, so we have to provide them the patients the possible options for the various treatment modalities, as well as how can we help them financially. For example, we can get the patient some government benefits, or we can get the patient into some trials so that he or she gets.
And how will you find this middle way if you are given income tax? If you are in revenue service?
I was specific for IFS. In foreign services, some situations
Okay.
that both
Okay.
the interests
Okay.
will
All
be,
right. Tell me, Philippines has very recently made an offer to India. What is it about?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware.
Okay. Have you read today's newspapers? Okay. There was a news that there is dissatisfaction among the student leaders over the statements made by General of Bangladesh Army. What was that about?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware.
What happened in Turkey? Latest development.
Sir, the Honorable Court of Turkey has given these future jail term, pending the trials against the opposition leader, who is currently the mayor of Istanbul, who is being seen as a potential contender for the
Okay,
opposition.
okay. Thank you very much. That was all from my side. All the best.
Hello, Pulkit. So, you are from Ludhiana originally.
From Delhi only, but my mother's paternal home is in Ludhiana. I was born there.
Okay, you were born in Ludhiana.
Yes.
Fine. So, recently it's in news that in Patiala, an army colonel has been allegedly beaten by Punjab police people. Had you been SSP Patiala, what would you have done about it?
Sir, I would have constituted a team or a committee to find out what actually happened, what was the allegations, what was the dispute, and who is the culprit. And then, based on the findings, I would have taken the action.
So what has been done now? What Punjab police has done about it till now?
Sir, I'm not very sure about the case and the incident, but I think the family members of the army personnel approached the DGP, but the DGP hasn't taken any action, so they approached the governor, and governor has assured them to take suitable action.
But for last 3 days, the retired army personnels and so many other organizations are sitting on a dharna in Patiala. They are still demanding something. So they are still demanding that inquiry should be marked to CBI and those people should be dismissed. So do you think that such a case should be marked to CBI for investigation?
Sir, as the party involved is the Punjab police, who otherwise would have done the investigation, so there is a conflict of interest. So I think independent neutral party should be given the investigative duty to find out the cause and potential.
So do you think reforms are required in Indian policing system, as you must have studied during your preparation also about police reforms? So what reforms are actually required according to you?
Sir, the Honorable Supreme Court in Prakash Singh case has also given some guidelines regarding the police reforms, that the administrative and the investigative departments of the police should be separated. The appointments should be made by a special commission. The appointment of DGPs should be among the 3 names suggested by UPSC and all those things. Sir, I think the basic problem today is that there is a politicization of the police force, and police force has not been able to work independently. So we need to ensure that they are given their required autonomy so that they are able to do their duties well.
But in Patiala they have done something which is blamed to be that there are no restrictions on police, nobody is controlling it. So,
sir, I don't think that incident is related to politics. It was just a matter of few individuals, like some police and some army officials who were at some dhabas or local eatery. So in general, sir, this is the phenomena which I perceive to be there, that the political parties should not interfere in the working of the police persons.
do you think our police system is somehow lacking discipline also? What is your take on this? Because this thing happened outside a cantonment. He's an army colonel. Army is not retaliating in the same way, but the way police has reacted, police people reacted. So do you think there's some lack of discipline that army possesses, police is lacking that? What is your take on this?
Sir, I think maybe the police personnel can be trained to be more proactive and more humble in using their jurisdictory powers. I think it's maybe it is some kind of false pride in their powers, and they are misusing it, considering that they are the maybe the super boss of the area.
So why this thing is happening? From where is this feeling coming?
So because of the powers which have been given to the police. Maybe they can be trained to use their powers in a more
How
better.
they can be trained? The question is this: what should be done to train them properly? You studied probity in governance, you studied in ethics and integrity everywhere. What can be done about it?
Sir, like in the civil services training, we have this RM courses in which part of ethical training is been also imparted to the civil servants. So maybe the IAS IPS also gets this training. Maybe the lower ranks of the police officials like SHO or these kind of personnels, they can also be involved in such kind of training programs. Like army is very disciplined, they know how to restrain themselves. The police personnel should also be trained to act in a similar way.
Should all the police people be sent to OTA Chennai for training for 1 month?
Sir, if it's, I think they don't need to be sent to OTAs. Their district headquarters can be the place to get their training done.
Okay. Anyways, so my last question is, at societal level, what changes Punjab's society, since your mother belongs to Punjab, has seen, both positive and negative, during last 25 years?
Sir, first the negative ones. Number one, there has been feeling of emigration. Most of the parents and their children want to get out of the Punjab. Some maybe some due to the FOMO phenomena, in which they find some of the FOMO phenomena where some find that going outside will enhance their social status, and some because of the drug abuse problems, they don't want their children to be involved in drug abuses and gang wars, so they want their children to be out. Number two, sir, there is a lot of bad reputation to the name of Punjab, and as a result the manufacturing industries, either they are going out or they are not even coming inside the Punjab. So that case the unemployment is there. Number three, sir, the fiscal discipline of the Punjab governments and the freebie culture there is also an issue. Regarding the positive aspects, sir, I think the people of Punjab are very hardworking. They are helpful, and this makes the society of Punjab very lively and a potential. Yes, sir. Maybe it makes them very lively, and one will definitely want to go there and interact with them.
Thank you, Pulkit.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Pulkit, are you satisfied with the way OPD is conducted in All India Institute of Medical Sciences? Because you must be part of the system there.
Yes. Sir, there are some issues the way OPDs are working at AIIMS. Some of them which comes to my mind is, number one, there is huge patient burden at AIIMS. Number two, the referral services are not very efficient. For example, patient with simple cases are also getting appointments at AIIMS when those disorders could have been treated very well at the district services.
You work in the OPD also sometime, don't you? As a junior resident, do you attend to the OPDs also?
No, sir. During my internship, I worked as a JR. I was mostly in the ward cases. So,
how many patients one doctor will be attending in a day in OPD?
Sir, maybe 150 to 200.
In a day, and one per patient timing would be a minute or two.
Yes.
Do you think justice can be done to a person who is coming from a faraway place? In a minute, you identify the disease and take care of it. Is it possible as a doctor?
Sir, definitely this is not a very justiciable thing that the doctor is devoting maybe 1 or 2 minutes per patient. But sir, there is kind of screening done, like junior doctors first see the patient, and based on their past experience, they have fairly good idea that what the condition is, and if the condition or the case requires faculty consultation, they refer the patient to the faculty room, and then faculty takes a
You're talking
detail.
about procedure. My question was simple. In a minute or two, whether you can do justice to a person. If not, as you were saying, what are the remedies for this? What can be done? As a young doctor who is going to be an administrator, maybe tomorrow health secretary, what do you think should be done to handle this?
हाँ तुमने फोन किया
Sir, a proper
हाँ
first maybe sir, online appointments can be made better. For example, patients there are waiting from the morning 4 a.m. slots, and they continue to live outside the hospital premises to get the appointments. So maybe the technology can be introduced to ensure that proper appointment dates can be given. Number second, sir, reverse referrals can be used. For example, if a patient is coming with a simple disorder and during OPD we find them, so we can refer the patient to another district hospital, so that the patient doesn't need to come to AIMS every time, and appropriate treatment can be given to the district hospital. These are some of the things, sir, which
Okay. If you look at the health indicators of Delhi, are you aware of it?
sir, I'm aware of the national health indicators,
Not about Delhi?
not about Delhi, sir.
Okay. Talk about national health indicators. IMR, MMR, TFR,
So-
institutional delivery and vaccination.
So, sir, according to SRS data, the MMR is 97 per lakh population. The under 5 mortality is 32 per 1,000 live births. The infant mortality is 28 per 1,000 births. The neonatal mortality rate is about 25 per 1,000 births. The institutional delivery has increased from 79% to 89%. The vaccination, the full vaccination up to 2 years has increased from 54 to 67%. The total fertility rate has come down to 2 from 2.2. These are some of these health indicators.
It's a grimmer view of health indicators if you compare with advanced countries.
Yes, sir.
Why is that? Any understanding of sociology after opting for sociology as a subject, a doctor could get a solution to this problem about poor health indicators in India?
So, sir, there's a multi-causal, multi-factor cause for this. If I have to break it down, I would first ensure the first thing which comes to my mind is the infrastructure, the logistics, the supply of drugs.
As a sociology student now, with a medical experience, you studied sociology. So do you have a sociological explanation to the poor health indicators of India?
Yes. So, sir, I would again reiterate the infrastructure, lack of human resources, number one. Number two, the employment and the economic levels of the people are not that sufficient that they can afford treatment. Number three, the awareness regarding health, the preventive and promotive aspects of health, the behavior of the people, their knowledge is also lacking, sir. So all these factors are there, which is contributing to grimmer healthcare indicators in the country.
Okay, that's all from us. How was your interview?
Sir, it was fine.
It was fine.
I could have read more about some of the topics in Punjab, especially.
Your interview is on 8th April.
Yes,
You still have time.
yes.
Yeah, you're good, your responses are good, but again, just keep in mind, if you don't know anything, you should not attempt a guess,
Yes.
because that puts a negative adjustment, because wrong answer sometimes is not accepted. So analyze the question and then frame. Otherwise, mostly you've been absolutely good. Prepare about this your background, because medical services, pay package, and all these things. These things, of course, are important, because somebody can try to sort of ask you tricky questions, in terms of salary and all this thing, as I asked you. So these things, if you keep in mind, like otherwise, like your background and whatever you've done, it's excellent.
Thank you.
Pulkit, how many mock interviews have you attended so far?
Sir, 4-5.
4, 5. Now, one thing which you have good personality, your posture is okay. One thing I would like to advise you, you in order to answer some of the questions, you just tend to start immediately after the question you hear.
Yes.
And then what happens? Then after giving one or two reasons, then you start thinking what should be the other next sentence. So in order to avoid that, whenever you know answer for something, you don't know how to articulate it, how to prioritize your reasons, you can ask for some time. May I have 5 seconds or 10 seconds, within which you frame your answer and then speak. So that then there won't be any faltering in between, right? All the best.
So Pulkit, actually I read somewhere in your DAF that you are in public speaking. So that gave me an impression that you are a very clever speaker. So that's why I tried to knit a net around you through that police reforms thing. So that question is actually not about Punjab. The way you are saying that I have to read more about Punjab. So that was about police reforms. So any such questions, if you encounter ever as a teacher, I'm telling you that you can deduce the answer from whatever you have studied.
Yes.
If it is about anywhere about wrongdoings of police, you can recall in your mind about police reforms, and whatever it says, you can use the information to frame your answer.
Yes.
Fine. Second thing was again what changes Punjab's society has seen at societal level. Punjab has seen in last 25 years. I think for any part of India, you can generalize an answer. People have become more aware. People are more tech friendly. Feudal element in the society has decreased. Women are getting more attention. Somewhere, somehow, people are now respecting the female offsprings also. So all these things can be utilized for framing your answer, whether it is about Ludhiana or it is about Haryana or anywhere else.
Yes.
Fine. So I just tried to make you a little upset just because of that public speaking thing.
Yes.
Fine. But you did not succumb to it. Very positively you responded to the things. That's my take on that. Rest I will tell you.
You're very confident. Only thing, your subject, like medical field that you have, in the board they will not be asking you question about treating of sons and all that. About medical administration and community health, there could be questions. You're not knowing about Delhi health indicators is obviously a no-no, because you come from Delhi and AIMS. So if somebody is asking you a question about health parameters in Delhi, you got to be clear about that. And when you talk about sociology now, because you are coming out with very general responses. A doctor from All India Institute of Medical Sciences studying sociology for civil services. You could come up with more robust questions, responses, like suppose positive health-seeking behavior. That's lacking in our society to a large extent. Socioeconomic condition and lack of awareness. There are so many other issues, like people have got a need for behavior change communication. Rather than saying, in the surface, if you talk about everything being good, then the answer is not very satisfying. So you got to prepare a little more with your health indicators. You compare Delhi with another city, maybe in the West. Can you compare it? And then can you compare Delhi with national level? And why at all Delhi should be falling? Because budget is not a constraint. It's a one geographical area, so should be doing better. So you are expected to come out with solutions in this because you are a doctor and that too from AIMS. You talked about reverse referral. That's a very good concept for the All India Institute of Medical Sciences. But at the same time, can you think of something more? Like if you're talking about online booking and all that, how does that reduce the burden? That 1 minute thing would be still happening. So let it be more realistic. So prepare a little more
Yes.
on health issues and the other things. I think you got a pleasant personality, you'll definitely do well. Little preparation about your subject and dab. Okay? All the best.
Just one thing. If
Please go ahead.
you see, when I asked you about your medical qualification, how does it help you, give you an upper hand
Also, I think
as compared to
he was
others?
saying the
You know,
police have got more
all those
powers
things
and
that
all.
you said
That's why
were
they are
not
able
for
to-
peripheral.
I think that's the main question.
Basic thing, your medical training and qualification gives you the insight to go into the crux of the problem, like you do in medical treatment, have solution with minimum damage, which other generalists they won't have, right? Okay, all the best.
Thank you, sir.
One more thing, because I'm a police officer, so I think maybe your discussion with him regarding police, of course, some of the questions were not what it could have been because maybe it was more to trick you or something like that. But see, in any situation, like saying that police is not disciplined compared to army or say military or something like that is not correct. Okay, every organization works in a particular setup and all this thing. And see, like I've been, any situation like this, I have handled hundreds of cases. See, like if a senior officer is there, like anybody, like SSP or DIG or something like that, if he looks into facts, and senior officer are always supposed to look dispassionately, they'll come to know what is right. And I mean, one should never prejudge whether police is wrong or say army officer. I've seen any number of cases where army officer also was wrong, and they try to sort of take advantage of being in this. So, like basically as an administrator, because if you join police, you'll be IPS officer. So the best approach is look into facts, dispassionately take this one and hear both the parties. And I'm sure with the common sense all of us have got, we'll be able to say and do what is right. Rather than saying that military is not good or say police is this one or police reforms all of a sudden, like, I mean, to me it doesn't appeal at all. So maybe like for you as a aspirant, like you should take a middle course rather than saying the police is not having discipline or something like that, or military is not disciplined. You say that like every case has got a unique facts, and cases should be decided based on facts. So if policemen were at fault and this officer has been manhandled or mishandled, then corrective action should be taken, and that should be perfectly all right. That is the problem with our hierarchy. If you join as police officer, my suggestion will be, don't go by what is reported in media or what is this one. Hear firsthand what is happening. Listen to the person and give some time to the opposite side. And I'm sure all of us are having that much of common sense to decide what is right. And then I think then the bigger question of police reforms, which I'm sure, like when I joined police in '87, the same questions were being discussed, and maybe we are worse off today after 35 years than what we started. It's a fact that too much of other things have come, politicization, the way like things are happening, so we'll not discuss that. But okay, like maybe every power uses police force to their advantage. So instead of going as an aspirant, like you have to restrict with this one case, like every case has got facts and we'll decide.
All the best.
Okay, all the best.